Coming to you live under the Friday Night Lights. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst, these psychos. And your healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist. I am your North American Sybil, your messenger of God, his very first child, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had seen what I posted in my community page. Hey, they tore down my short for copyright, so that one didn't go through. I'll send another one through soon. And my latest live video. Today's the day the players play, I suppose. We're gonna jump into all kinds of creepy shit. I don't know, do I need a card to go with this? Like, seriously? I suppose. What's going on? There's a super shift in the energy, I can tell you that. You can see it within me. But we're gonna go into this. Let's start with, how lame are my twin flames? Oh, God. So, we're gonna start with, we'll start with this guy. We're gonna start with Wolfman. Wolfman posted some stupid, goofy ass shit. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna show you how stupid you are. Hey, Milia. Remember when we went to the fucking Nature and Science Museum and they talked to us all about those frogs from Peru?
Nope.
Okay, well, I did a video about it. It's in one of my Instagrams. And they had talked about how our Nature and Science Museum had this conservation where they went down and tried to re-inhabitate all these fucking frogs because the fucking local shamans and healers were using them for healing properties. So anyways, here comes this douchebag to talk about his shamanic experience that he had in Peru. He goes to some trap house. They fucking get him, they infect him with the poison of this frog. So he starts throwing up, they start playing music, and he has what we would call a psychedelic experience. In essence, he's going to tell you how spiritual it was and make you pay to be part of, you know, his experience on his Patreon. I'm going to just tell you how to do that without flying around the world and messing with God's animals and drugs. Now, let's start off with the basics here. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst. That means we have to get past the psyche to become spiritual. Most of these spiritual experiences that people experience are usually mind-altering experiences. They have to use some mind-altering substance to have these experiences. Going back to the traditional tribes, you know, hit the peace pipe, some peyote, this guy's doing that, mugwort's pretty scary, all of these things. You could use herbs, you know what I mean? Psychedelic properties. There's a flower, dude. There's a flower. That's probably the Calla lily, or the Calla lily. That motherfucker will make you trip harder than anything. We called it the wicked water, and I watched people lose their mind on it and never come back. Yeah, I did that one. That was crazy. So in essence, in order to access the spirit realm, you have to exit the mind. And that's usually done through mind-altering substances. Right? So in this particular case, this douchebag who eats rats and fucking guinea pigs decided he was going to get frogged out. Alright, Leapfrog, you didn't have to do all that. And now he'll use this as an idea to tell everyone he is spiritual. But he's not. He had a spiritual experience. Same as a person that, you know, a fat person that goes to have, you know, a spiritual retreat on some, you know, sandals, candles, fucking type bullshit. You had an experience, but that doesn't make you spiritual. You let go of your human experience for a short period of time, and in your particular case, I mean, I was laughing. I laughed so hard. I was like, we call that praying to the porcelain god. He's sitting there in front of a bucket of his own throw up. I'm literally watching fucking Seven in front of my face. You know what I mean? When he looks under, he's like, oh my God, it's a bucket of throw up. He's sitting there and he's watching other people. They paid for this. They paid good American dollars to go to have this experience. Bro, you could have came to the homies in the hood and they could have gave you some fucked up experience like that. That would have been mind-altering. How many times have we sat around praying to God, throwing up? Shut up, bro. Anyways, work if you want to do all that type of work. But I try to teach you, and that's everyone is like, how did you become capable of talking to all entities and all deities and traveling through the entire tree of life? Because I did it through past my mind. And I teach you every day how to do what the shamans, because I am a shaman and a seer. I am an oracle. I am a light worker. I'm a fucking starseed. I'm your stupid earth angel and mystic and all these stupid words you call someone that is just a spirit. And I wanted to show you that this is how far humans will go to have a spiritual experience. Nothing in religion does that, though. The furthest I went, I would say, as I said that, is my baptism in the Holy Spirit. I fasted for 40 days and prayed for the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And I did as their traditional ways. This is the first time they thought I couldn't do it, and I probably bet you they thought I really didn't. But those that lived with me knew there was no need to lie about it. I did not eat. I drank and smoked cigarettes. I didn't smoke weed back then. I was part of the church, so that's all I did. I drank all kinds of drinks. I drank all kinds of drinks. That's what I would do. And if I got super hungry, I would drink a broth. It was my first ever calling to do so. And then did this prayer, and I felt it. It was drunken in the Holy Spirit. I watched it hit different people in different ways. I watched this one girl start laughing and crying hysterically. I watched all kinds of things. I have seen people talk in tongues, and it's a language that we don't understand, that they are speaking back to the deity. This is what's coming out of their mouth. They are not fully aware of it. This is an unconscious thing, a spiritual connection that is happening, and your conscious mind is freaked out because you don't have that understanding. Now, a lot of what we're talking about, this symbolism stuff, learning the third eye and how the Spirit speaks to you, that's what I teach you. I teach you God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, and Goddess, which is most important, the Divine Feminine Awakening. I am me, and I teach you all about your feelings, your thoughts and your feelings, your emotions, the oceans and the motions, right? That's what we talk about. All the rest of that shit, that's God shit. So we talk about all the God shit. I teach you how to recognize the Spirit in all everyday things, how it's speaking to you through symbols, through music, through creativity. It's always speaking. I teach you how to recognize when somebody else's spirit is talking to you. I teach you how all of these things. You do not need to go outside of yourself to have a spiritual experience. The whole experience happens inside of you, past your mind. And, that goes back to Buddha. That's all he taught you, bro, is to just fucking sit still and meditate. Okay, sitting still is just absolutely difficult in essence, but we learned other ways to access that part of our mind. And that's what I teach you, is to get out of your mind. Now, what he did was out of his fucking mind. He didn't know for sure his allergic reaction to this poison. And like any fucking vaccine that you take, now it's in your it's in your stream, it's in your bloodstream. You know what I mean? You put a foreign, in essence, like, they say it's safe because they've been living off the land. They're sure of it. You don't have the same genetic makeup as these people. And that's what it is. It's like, drugs hit everybody different. Alcohol hits everybody different based on their genetic makeup. You know what I mean? And you just put some foreign, and that's even sicker. Think about this, dude. The fluidly exchange. You know what I mean? Those are those people that are, doing all this weird stuff, I don't know, bee stings and all these weird things. It's a fluid exchange of this animal that you're putting into your body. Now it's running through your DNA, which is, very Aleister Crowley, or we could say some other weird shit. I think they went further. It was further in time when they started doing weird shit like that, trying to incorporate the animal spirit within themselves. Weird shit like that. But you put it into you, and you don't know the side effects of what that could do, because now that venom is running through you. It doesn't just exit. Hopefully, maybe scientifically it will. But what happens if it has some altered side effect on your children? Some weird chromosome, because you put some fucking weird fucking venom, bodily fluid of another foreign animal into your body. Think? No, this was mindless. But in the essence, that's how far people will go to meet gods. He still hasn't met Jesus, and you don't have to go nowhere to do that, loser. He's the most powerful deity. Why? Because what's God's strongest power? Love. You can't conquer love, bro. You're running from it like a motherfucker. He ain't got no love. He has no love. This is hard for him. He has to wake up to his feelings, but he thinks he can, overpower them. Hey, you're very Lucifer-ish. I thought you were supposed to be Hades. I'm not really liking this. I don't like you. Anyway, so there's that douchebag. And then, in the middle of it, I was listening to the fucking Juice Box, and I started laughing about Russ. I'll do that throughout the whole day. Think about what I said to Russ and laugh twice as hard. It's like, how long does your sex last there, Russ? And I called him a dirty fucking butt-cheek dollar bill. He's so funny. I really enjoy. I was like, if you think about what joy is, as much irritation as Russ brings me, I spend far more time laughing, I don't know, with or at him. I don't know how he feels about that. But I have far more joy dealing with Russ than I do with the irritations. I be laughing at him every day of the fucking week. I get irritated and then it turns into an enormous joke. So many of them. Right now I could really roast him on his birthday. Let's roast the marshmallow, shall we? Oh, and then poor Lewis. Lewis, I cried at Walmart. I couldn't even go shopping, bro. I just sat there on the bench crying about you and Roscoe. I know Roscoe. Roscoe's famous, bro. Roscoe's famous. That is the only dog in history to do what no dog has ever done before, bro. I told you that. Roscoe had a more fabulous royal life than any human ever could have. He was your best friend, and he had an access pass to your life, and he could spend every breaking moment with you, and he could go anywhere with you. He was welcome wherever Lewis Hamilton was welcome. He was royalty. He ate the best foods. He went to the best places. He is the only dog in history to run F1. Run F1. He did too. He ran on the track. That dog did what no other dog ever did. He was not a dog. He was your best friend. And just like you both broke all kinds of limits of what a person or a dog could ever be. He is your best friend. He came here to live that life with you. His little doggy dog life can only carry them. That's what's real sad. I see it in Nana. This whole year, she has all these white hairs under her eyes. It's like she presidentially grew in 1 year. She has all these white hairs. They won't live forever in that form. But that gentleman that you call your best friend, and he is a gentleman, that masculine energy, when it leaves that body, you will know he is with you always. Always. And you might even recognize him outside of that body. It's just the form he took so he could be there with you. You didn't have room for a human in your life. He found a way to be with you. Always. And he will not leave you when that body dies. He can do more with you. You don't have to leave him now. You know what I mean? No more daycares and shit. He's with you always, 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 always. 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 He's right past your tears, bro. He's your best friend. And people will not, there's people that have pets for, I want this to be my guard dog, and I want this to be, they're not pets to some people. They're whole spirits, and they mean more to us than the people of this world. And that killed me, bro, because I know, what that means to you to be detached from your best friend. It is that choice where you sit there and you hope God will bring them back. Just bring him back. I just want him. I'll love him more. I'll never leave him. Please, I just need more time with him. Don't take him. Oh, man. If he did come back, he'd have a lot of health issues, and you'd have to spend more time with him and honor those promises. Can you give him more life? Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. I promise I'll be better to them. I promise I'll love them more. I promise. Please don't leave. You mean so much to me. It doesn't matter if it's a person. It doesn't have to be a person for you to love that much. I watched, Castaway, and I cried so hard about Wilson. You become so attached, and this is your friend. This is your companion. This is, you know what I mean? Jesus. Just all the goofiest things. Somebody's sitting there holding their weed. Mary Jane. What was that? I think that was How High. I'll never leave you, Mary Jane. Holding their joint. We've been through everything together. Oh, Lewis, that hurt, babe. I hurt for you. I can't make this better other than changing your mind and telling you how to see it and how to believe in something different than this is the end. That's all I can do. I can bring you peace if you'll accept this. Otherwise, it's just you're not gonna have any peace. And the grieving process is not gonna happen overnight, bro. You're losing the only being that was ever been in your life, the only constant, the only love that you had. You have friends and stuff, but at a distance. You can't have them all the time. They're not there in your secret spaces. They're not there all the time. Roscoe is. That's what people don't understand. What about an emotional support animal? They're there through all the emotional. They are our emotional support. You know, Nana, like, just knowing, you know what I mean, when I come home and, you know, she sees me. It's like, wow, she loves me. There's somebody here with me. You know what I mean? I'm important. She's not real cuddly with me, but no matter what, she'll come up and follow me and stay near me, and it's like, it's someone to be with me when nobody's with me. It's important, and I feel for you, Lewis. And death in general, you know what I mean? I saw it, and, you know, I was like, some people might die. I'm sorry. And it's not to say that you couldn't pray him back. You couldn't beg God to bring him back. But you honor the promise that if he comes back, you'll do exactly that. But you have to prepare yourself no matter what for that day. And nobody is. Whether he dies today or God gives you a couple more years with him, you've got to understand we all die. But we don't leave. Hawk is, I use him as like, can't you see them? Can't you hear them? Don't you see them throughout the day? Don't you feel them? Don't you hear their words in your heart? Don't you recognize? And maybe you guys don't know them. I didn't know them like that. They weren't like people in my life like that. Seriously, I didn't listen to all of Pac's music, none of that shit. And I never watched a basketball game. I'm just trying to show you, like, the spirit lives on, bro. Like my mom. I think I said something to her today. It's like her spirit is still there. You know what I mean? When you're listening, they're talking, and you can talk right back to them, and you can have these conversations that they think are so very crazy. Or you could go with fucking Wolfman and inject yourself with some psychedelic and have this psychedelic experience where you got to spend some time with your grandma, or you met God, or you and, you know, he sees what he wants to see in this experience. He has all this information about gods, and he's trying to channel it. So naturally, his mind will direct this experience to what he has been putting in it. That's what happens when you go to sleep, right? So you take all this day, and then as you go to sleep, it creates a release experience in the 5D, where it's part of today, but it's just it's the images of today, because that's what you're supposed to do, is release the experience of today so you be fresh for a new experience tomorrow. So in the dreamland, that's where you release all of this. I do that during the day, daydreaming. And a homecoming queen. There's a lot on that one. So to experience the spirit, you just got to get out of your mind, right? You don't have to do drugs and alcohol, or, you know, have these altered, you know what I mean, experiences to experience God. And that's what Jesus was trying to explain to everybody, is that you could experience God in the quiet space. And God is in all things. So that means every spirit that ever was a part of God. I don't choose to speak with my ancestors. I don't want to know who my greatest grandma was. I have a mission to do. I'm not on a biological family tree search. I was very honored to find out who my paternal family tree was. You know what I mean? And how far that dated back. But that had to do with, you know what I mean, the Spaniards and the whole fucking Spanish Inquisition. I can't ever say that word. and the whole killing in the name of Jesus. So I naturally shall save in the name of Jesus. And you know what I mean? Wash away the sins of my fathers, whoever they be. But you can access all spirits in the spirit realm when you're on their frequency. And that's where it's really important to get, up to higher levels of frequency, higher dimensions of reality. How do you do that? More and more heart-centered work. The more you're following your heart and breaking through the limitations of your mind, the higher you go in the tree of life and in the conscious levels of dimensions. So every time I break my limits of what my mind says I can't do and I force myself through it, I'm in a higher state of mind, a higher dimension of consciousness. There's nothing higher to where I am right now. I always can access God, but I'm up here now. I was over here. I was stuck with Metatron here and that symbols and all of that bullshit. Right? But now I'm up here. How do I know? Because I'm seeing the seraphim. I'm hearing them. The choirs. That's it. Those that praise God at the highest level. Is there anything in this world that praises God higher than me? That is given all to God. That praises God higher than me. And that's kind of what it means. But it's also that I've worked through my natal chart and all of those things. And I continue to do so. I can't keep staying up at the top until I work my way through it. And that's what it is. You have to take this higher level of experience, which is me. I come back and I teach you what I've learned, right? And I bring back all this love, understanding, compassion, and forgiveness that I've gained for myself. And I spread it down. And then I start the climb again. Every week, I start the climb. But depending on where the planets are, is the climb. Pluto is in Scorpio until November 4th. Scorpio and Pluto already are men in my life, but they are exactly what is the death, the transformation, and the rebirth. They're ruled by so Mars is ruled by Scorpio and Aries, which is identity, right? Creating a new identity, because Aries are always trying to be something fucking new. And then Scorpio is all about the erotic, secrets, sex, all of that. We're there. It's happening. We're facing all of this nonstop. The juice box. Just kidding. The spark of genius is how we work through this. This is an emotional, you know what I mean? So that's the Neptune. And that's how it is. After you push your limits and let go of something, you have this spark of genius, and you're filled with yourself, and you're full of love for yourself, and you bring it down. Then here comes Monday, where we have to deal with our emotions about what the fuck we just did. Let's look back at what we did, right? That's Monday. We go back into our Mars energy on a Tuesday, and we start driving to do better things. We're past this. We're on a new track. Right? We come on a Wednesday and talk about our new ideas and where we're going to go with that. We let them expand. We let our heart get in our way. We fight our heart through a Saturday, and we blow through, peel something off, and get the spark of genius again. This is the way of life. As the planets move, they help us to do this. They push us in areas of our life, which is that mingling in your heart. Listen to your heart. But it's all about fighting the mind. And in order to experience the spirit, it's an out-of-mind experience. So once you become spiritual, you're a psycho. And then you're in my department, the spiritual psychoanalyst. Now you come to me and we start working through your psyche so you can become more spiritual. Ta-da! And in essence, all right, so he said he had met with the archons. And God made me do all this bullshit. One of the highest level of light, this is one of the higher ones. After this is Lumerians, and then you're done. You're just in the light of the light of the light. These are frequencies. All right, I'm going to show you where he accessed, and that we've done this already with drugs and alcohol, or fucking around in Peru with fucking frog. Kiss the frog. No, he's not going to turn into. There it is. Archon Barbello. He met the archons, is what he said in his post. Number 10. Oh, 1010 portal. How does this happen? It's a frequency, bro. It's a state of mind. He got to a state of mind with this fucking, after throwing up fucking frog venom and music activation. I guarantee you, that's what he said. I heard the drums. Of course you did. That's called music activation. You could just put on some fucking headphones and chill with your mind and thoughts and have these experiences. I promise you, I can walk you through this. It's not that fucking difficult, and it doesn't cost nothing. I mean, except for your your mind. It only costs your mind. You have to lose your mind a little bit. What is this stage? I don't know. Basically, he was talking about, and this is nothing but verification to it. He was talking about how he watched the shaman spiritually absorb this woman's fucking shadows and darkness. Well, that's nice. You're not paying me to do that. I'm not going to take your darkness for free and throw it up. Why don't you deal with your darkness and use it? In essence, she's losing her power. He's taking her power. That's what you don't get. Taking her shadows from her is taking her power. If I took out, and I will, when I take out the spirit, the entity that lives within Britney Spears, she loses her power. She's stuck now with nothing more than her pain. That entity is absorbing her pain and giving her power, because she can't do it for herself. It's keeping her alive. It's keeping her in a state of mind where she is happy. Sickening as it is and what it is to watch, it's having the best time of her life. But when I take it out of her, all she's left with is her broken heart. So, when he took out, the shaman took out this woman's darknesses, her shadows, he took out a part of her, which is her strength. When I took away all of my life and hid my whole life away, I was weak. I had no identity. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know how strong I was. I didn't know what I had been through. And therefore, I had to experience all new things to gain all this wisdom back again. I had robbed myself. By robbing myself from the pain of my experiences, I robbed myself from the strength of what they were. We go back to these painful experiences. It's like, how can you be so loving when you've never been loved? That's my fucking strength. How did you survive that at 15? How did you do that? That's my strength. If I don't tell you how weak my life was, then you'll never know how strong I really am. You can't just take away all your darknesses, to take away your life's experience, because it's been nothing but darkness. You came here to learn how to overcome darkness. And you have. You just haven't, you've overcome it. You're still here today. You've already had these fucked up experiences. Now you learn them. You get the strength and the wisdom from what you've already experienced. Now, for those that don't want to look at those experiences, then what happens? Like me, you will have to relive them so you can gain the wisdom and the understanding, the compassion, and the forgiveness and the love that was always needed to overcome such experiences. These experiences kill people every day, but we didn't die from them. It is our task to teach those that are dying from these experiences how to have strength. How do we know what made us strong? Only by looking back and telling people what we did to get through it. Can they have the knowledge and the wisdom of how to get through it and how to view it differently when it happens? And that's what I'm doing here with Lewis. How to get through this, because it happens to all of us. We've all lost somebody we love so badly. And I can show you what not to do. And I can show you now how to look at it so that you can get through this, hopefully less painfully than I did. And for you to teach others too how to overcome death. Drugs, abuse, neglect, shame, embarrassment. All of these things, we must overcome them, not become them. And we can't cast them out. We came here to Absorb the darkness and transform it, dude. So in essence, the shaman, what he was doing, and that's what it is, any dark practitioner knows. If I get into your shadows, then I have your power. If I push your buttons, bro, I can make you lose your mind, and I can take all your joy. It's kind of like, I'm seeing a vision of the X-Men. I think it's Magneto. No, it was before Magneto. Whoever turned Magneto into that. I don't know. Kevin Bacon played that character. But he could take in any attacks, and instead of it hurting his body, he could transform that energy and fire out more energy. In essence, he needed your gas to have fuel. Right? So, you know what I mean? Let me show you the negative form of this. When you go and pour out your heart to a friend, that friend has your power. They know your weaknesses. They know your battles. And that friend can go take that power and go use it against you. And go tell someone else. And when you find out, you'll feel powerless to your battle. We keep our power in our pockets. Which is, I'm going to tell you what I've battled and how I overcame it. And you can never use this against me. But naturally, yeah, you just want to go somewhere and have somebody come pull out all the bad memories and all the bad feelings. There was this movie that I really was into. I need to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I watched it way before I was awoken, and it really stuck with me. Obviously, because I don't have memories. It was called something, The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I know that's a long title, and how could I remember it? Because the movie stood out to me. It was Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, whatever, the one from Titanic. And how it was is they found a way to erase, they were in love with each other, and he went to a doctor or something, I don't remember, obviously, I have a bad memory, to make all the memories go away. They found a way to erase people out of your memory. So naturally, a movie like this would stick out to me. Hey, your pizza smells done! Oh, okay. I smell pizza. I'm just smelling it real heavy. And it's a really good movie because that's what you really hope, when you're dealing with this pain, you want it to just go away. You're praying to God to take it away. You need to learn how to absorb it. Not cast it out, but absorb it. And that's what, I am a walking testimony to it. Is like I casted out all of my pain and suffering. And I was a walking zombie. And as I go and I reclaim these painful experiences, I become more powerful in my knowing of how strong I am and what I've overcome and how I can look at it and change it. Okay? So there's a lot to learn about that. He's really trying to have powerful experiences, and he's paying high dollar to have it. But I promise you, if he would put his pride down and just come meet me, it cost him nothing to have the most powerful spiritual experience of his life.
It's a trap. What do you want?
And for those that don't know, he just doesn't know. Every single person that has met me has started to have unbelievable spiritual experiences in their lives. I don't start it. God woke you up. I just teach you how to harness it. And going back to you, Wolfman, it's in your heart. It's not in your mind. It's not in your loins. It's in your heart. You're holding in love. You're not giving love, and you're not receiving it. You're not going to let some girl come fucking love bomb you. Like, seriously, fucking love the shit out of you, get all clingy and shit on you. You won't let that happen. But you won't let yourself become that. You're holding it back. You're holding back your spiritual experience, trying to make it physical. The only thing standing between you and all of the deities that you seek, and you seek to understand the dark, then go into the dark and you'll meet them face to face when you fight your own demons. That's how I have met all these deities. Especially the light ones, I didn't recognize them. I know all the dark deities. But when I started to get into, Krishna, I didn't recognize where I was. I'm in the light. When I got back in the light, I cried. It's all God's people. It's all God's angels. It's everything that ever served God. I'm all alone up here. I was used to all the dark. I can teach you both worlds. Or you can go traveling the whole world looking outside of yourself. You prayed for the goddess and the goddess appeared. I'm sorry I didn't come in, this ungodly form. I got stuck here in the form just like most of us. God lives here. Many of us do. Unawoken, just having an experience. He put us in the form again. I'm not the only one. I assure you. If you knew who you were, you're a lord of the underworld, and you're trying to meet the other lords. You just need to meet yourself. That's all this is, dude. If you actually did what you preached and stopped doing everything else, stop trying to have an adventure and start taking the adventure, as I tell Russ, you're there. I don't do this on us. We don't really. There's no limit to when we can pull these, but I can't pull a Lumerian on any other day but Sunday. Telepathy or telepathy of Terramata. And that's another thing. I said that to Russ. Russ and I have one of the strongest connections. Talk about a telepathic connection. Russ, I really want to know, bro. I said it too. I told Morgan. I don't know if I told Bobby. But when I'm talking to him. You have proven it since the very beginning. You will go posting shit. You go postal. That's what I heard. That was a good one. How do you know? What's the You know the frequency? What does it do? What do you feel? You feel something. You know it. I want to know how you know. That's a frequency I can't figure out. He always knows when I'm talking to Bobby. He will post something immediately. And he'll keep posting the whole time we're talking. Nobody else knows, but he knows. How do you know? And that's kind of it too. You guys look at me like she knows. I mean, your spirit tells me things, and obviously my spirit, he's always listening to my spirit. He knows the sound of my spirit. God says he knows when I'm in pain. And that's it too. It's like, I know, I can feel you guys. I can hear you when I'm in those levels of conscious. I used to be there with them all the time. But then I left. I left that. I've gotten to higher levels of conscious. I still go through there, and that's where I'll hear you guys when I go to lay down. Or when I'm waking up in the waking worlds. But throughout the day, not so much. Sometimes they're just traveling through time. So, it's layers of dimensions. You're on a certain dimension. Your higher selves are. Until you elevate them, you haven't gone any further. Your higher self can't take you somewhere you haven't took it. The whole point is taking ourselves to the next level in this life. To actually take it to the final level. You only got so far in all your other lives. I'm here to guide you. All right, let's get to here. Number 10. This is a whole... I went to Queen of the Nagas. This is a whole long ass teaching. We were supposed to talk about the symbolisms of psychology with Carl Jung, but we're going to talk about this because this is what happened. Archon Barbello. Your biology and gender are creative and powerful means for you to express your soul's path. Sometimes you may feel limited by gender constraints or I can't read. Hold on. Getting black thoughts. All right, by gender constraints or stereotypes, but your spirit can never be restricted or controlled. Embrace the journey of what it feels like to be you in your own body. There is much benefit and healing to be guided through an embrace of your life's journey, including the deeper experience of the absolute freedom of your spirit. Does this not align with everything I told you today? This is to be free, to let your spirit be free, what it really is beneath the conscious constructs of what you think you need to be. Don't be, just be. Stop being more, just be. I used to tell Russ this all the time. Stop trying to be more, bro. Just be what you are. I love what you are. You're trying to be so much more. You're trying to show the world that you're more. You are great just the way you are. I told him today, I was like, you know what my favorite memory is? I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing. He's on one of his little famous vacations. And there's a heron that has landed by his pool at this resort or wherever the fuck he is. And he makes all these videos. He is making all these short videos about this fucking heron. He's like, he's very captivated by it. The inner child of him is like, check this out. But I'm scared. And he starts projecting, and it's so funny. He ends up like narrating this heron's life, and he's like, look at this socially awkward bird. And he's like projecting on this bird, like making this bird have a whole life and shit. And it's really funny because you get to see him when he's just all alone with himself talking to the animals. It was good. I was like, that's my favorite memory. And then there's this one where he found this palmetto bug in his house, and he's like freaking out. He's trying to kill it. It's funny. He's like throwing shoes at it and stuff. It's like, just be you, bro. Stop trying to be, whatever. Just be you. Scared little you. I don't know. Anyways, here we go. Archon Bello is an angel, goddess, divine mother, and sacred space. She is mysterious and powerful. She is the inviolable. What is this? What's this word, Marshall? Inviolable. I can't pronounce it. How do you spell it? Inviolable. Inviolable. I don't know. Purity and the truth of your being, the spirit essence within you that is internal and cannot be tainted or distorted. Her presence in a reading is a sign that any errors of judgment shall be corrected, and any loss shall be restored. If you've been off your path and become disconnected from your real self, that's what happened, and I reconnected with myself today. I was like, geez, I got really fucked off right there. What was I doing all this time? She is the innate understanding and the power within your heart that pulls you back into authentic connection and to true direction. My mind was running things. I was getting a little caught up with my thoughts. And that was the madness of the moon. It's like trying to create a fairy tale life for myself instead of letting God create my life. It's hard not to create it in your own mind, not to try to make your life in your mind. If you do that, you're creating constructs, you're creating limitations, you're creating madness. You are now the creator, and you're not giving room for his miracles. He wants a different life than your mind can create, something you've never seen. And that's my life right now. Nobody's ever seen no shit like this. Oh, I know what to put as the cover on this. It was a good Harry Potter joke. I'm literally fucking Hogwarts Station right here. I teach all forms of mysticism and magic, religion and psychology. I teach all forms of it, dude. I really am what they, I have all of it. I have the wands. I have the cauldrons. I have the fucking mandrake root, and we use all of this. I know the meaning of all such things and what to use them for. Not because I went to a shaman, but because it lied within me. I resurrected the things that I was calling me, and that was it. How do you know? My heart said to grab this shit. What do you do with it? I don't know. My heart will tell me what to do with it. And that's what it is. It's like you have these things that your heart calls you to, and that's your spirit. Letting it run the show. Archon Barbello teaches, I did not spell that right. Barbello teaches the soul and the mystery of how we can in a male or female body, or how we can be in a male or female body, and yet have characteristics of both masculine and feminine within us. Bro, I don't know how much to say that I am fully God source in here and totally feminine. I don't act like a man. I think like one. I look like a beautiful woman. It was really funny. She made me feel good. Dude, the guy, God, he was beautiful. There's this beautiful guy running by. He's like, good morning. It's afternoon, but good morning to you. He just had to say hi, and I was glad he did. He was beautiful. Probably the most beautiful body I'd seen today in a long time. And that's it. A beautiful body ran by and said hi to me. That was beautiful. In the essence, I came back and I was like, something, something. I was like, I don't know, it feels good to work on the body and to work on something, something. It's like, you know, I don't want to get fat. And she's like, you're not fat. And I was like, no, I'm a little bloated right here, though. She's like, I wish I had your body. I was like, you know, I used to be much bigger. I was 236 pounds when I started. She said, really? I was like, yeah. I know what it means to be big. I still have that perception of myself that I'm a big girl. I'm going to squash you. Sasquatch you. So, and then I, like, can't do stuff. And I'm like, I have the power to do this. I know I can do this. Put your weight into it. And then I realize I don't weigh that much. It's funny. Anyways, moving on to it. I am totally a female. I don't do girly shit. I mean, I do, I guess. You know, yeah, whatever. But I don't have a female mindset, bro. I don't have a bitch-ass mindset. I don't think like women do. I just don't. I feel like women do, but I don't think like them. And that's what that means. You know, I'm looking at Jude the dude. Jude wants to be a dude. But she's a mother. And she's chasing... She doesn't accept... Why can't she just be gay? Why does she have to be a man? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. And that's just it. You know, finding yourself within yourself. And you're feminine. Like, you know, Allie and Lewis and Mike Stud. Who else is in there? I guess since we brought Bruno into the picture, they're all divine feminines. They're feminine energies. So was Jesus. So was Buddha. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why me and fucking Wolfman have a gay-ass relationship. It's all man on man. All very aggressive and shit. Fire on fire. It's like fucking Hulk and and Thor. I'm like, you're like a little fire. I'm like a smoldering fire. You're like the beginning of the fire, Aries. I'm like the fire uncontrolled. You won't like me when I'm mad. She's turning green on me. I'm ogre. That's what that means, right? I need a feminine energy to balance out my masculine energy, which means I need a man full of feelings to help me stay in my feelings. If I keep having a man trying to challenge my manhood, then I'm going to cut out... This is some gay-ass shit, bro. Somebody's getting fucked in the ass, and it's not me. Sorry, inappropriate jokes. Moving on. She also helps us to understand how our androgynous spirit essence can embrace masculine and feminine energies to accomplish its higher purpose. It's like, don't be a dude right now. Don't be aggressive. Don't be aggressive. Don't. I'm still in a dress while I'm aggressive. I will literally pull up my car. I'll lift up my car in my dress. I'll lift up my car before I lift up my dress. It's funny. They call women like me assertive. She's bossy, I guess. I think it's funny. But you have to know when to turn on your feelings. You can't be insensitive to what fucking Lewis is going through right now. You better turn on the feelings too. You have to be understanding. You have to have your feelings, bro. You can't just walk around all, manly. Just all with action and logic and no heart. That's not going to work. This spiritual essence is beyond gender and is not altered by it in any way. Oh, what? She can also help us to understand how our androgynous spirit essence can embrace masculine and feminine energies to accomplish its higher purpose. Yeah. When a connection to an androgynous of a spirit is experienced authentically, not forced by whatever he did, he forced that to happen, there is no rejection of its biology of the body, nor the gender-based experience that the soul has chosen to fulfill its spiritual mission. Which is, you don't see people, bro. I've had people stand in front of me that I don't see them. I don't see their body. I see their spirit, bro. I don't see their body. And that was Sheila Nagig, dude. Like, you don't see what they're trying to portray to you. You see who they really are behind the skin. We can enjoy our inner masculine and feminine energies and engage with them to create, celebrate, grow spiritually, and to heal our soul. You know what I mean? Self-care. When you guys go and choose of your own free will to let somebody give you a pedicure rather than just cutting your own toenails, you're in a feminine energy. Obviously, they're going to call you gay for some shit like that. But what you're doing is you're caring for yourself in a higher form. You're taking your self-love to a higher level. And you have to put your pride down to do such things. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know, and that's where these women need to, you know, stop crying and stop crying. There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying. There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball. She's crying. She's crying. That's me at the bar. She's fucking crying. We don't cry at the party. We don't cry at the party. It's my party, I'll cry. Come on, don't cry. I didn't get you drunk to make you cry. Damn, you're a terrible date. No, but sometimes you gotta cry. Like, oh, this is the saddest moment of my life. Did you see that? That was sad. And that's it too. You have to be able to actively and fluidly access this. It's okay to rage and then cry and then, you know what I mean? You experience it, because that's going from your masculine to your feminine. Your feelings are your feminine, dude. All of the good ones and bad ones and all of that shit. Marshall is a bitch. He is full of feelings. They're not the best ones. They're not the best ones. But he's full of them. Does he take much action on those feelings? No, he talks a lot of shit. Wonder why we call you bitch. Are you mad? And the essence I'm trying to explain to you is like, it's just an energy. When you're in your feelings, you're in your feminine. And that's why you don't like feminines, because they're all feelers. You're always in your feelings. Why don't you be in your feelings? Oh, we supposed to be mad? You want to man up? You want to arm wrestle? We want to build something?
My tarot cards, because he's a tarot card collector.
He's a tarot collector?
Yeah, he has like 500 of them in his bag.
Then no, if he's just collecting them, these aren't collector's items. I spent hard money for you to learn the tarot.
I'm never gonna learn them, and I can give him my.
Why are you never going to learn them? You're making a choice to never learn?
I just don't want to. I thought they were cool for like 2 seconds, and then you became weird, and then it's like how I hate purple because you like purple.
Is it just me that makes you not like something?
Yeah, it does.
Well, your friends like me. They like the color purple. Purple rain, purple. Okay, and what else? Your friends like tarot. They would love me. Why don't you love me?
They were really religious, and you always tell them that God is this and that, and they're wrong.
Oh, they're religious, huh? Religious people don't like me, huh?
So,
who does like me? I like me. Let's move on.
I'm giving them meat to them.
You're not giving them anything that I purchased. If we're going to give away tarot, we're going to give it... Yeah, I bought them.
And you're never going to use them.
It's because I never watched the movie. I could tell you what they mean. If I knew what a...
Sell them then.
Why am I selling them?
Because there's no point in keeping them. And
that's not true. I can learn them.
Okay, you learn right now.
I can teach them. If I knew what the scoops and the strands were...
You know, it's all the same cards.
It's memory. Exactly. That's what I mean. If I could find out, if I could figure this out, and I could teach you.
For you to watch that show with me.
Why are you bothering me with this?
Because you're acting like.
I didn't even say nothing to you.
I just asked, and
you didn't say nothing. You said I'm gonna give my cards away. I said no, you're not giving my cards away.
And they're not yours. You gifted them to me. You got them for me.
What are you giving them to a person that has a bunch? You're interrupting my video with this.
Why do you?
Stop now. You're just triggered because we're talking about fucking homosexuality and gender-based shit.
What are you talking about? I'm not listening to you.
And neither am I, so stop talking.
Everything's about you. No one's listening to you.
Oh my god, okay. Anyways, every soul has a unique path. No, we skipped this. The Andromedy of the Spirit. Okay. When the connection of the Andromedy of the Spirit, we went through that. Every soul has a unique path, and yet every soul is here to find the way home to the divine love and inner truth. The feminine energies in every soul empower our ability to embrace what is and find compassion. This allows for mercy, forgiveness. I gotta stop right there. I feel like I want to fight. Do you know how fucking stupid it is what she just fucking did? I'd be having to bite my fucking tongue. You only do it for your children. I feel like I want to fight right now. Do you know how stupid it was what she just said to me? Did you hear it? She told me to give up some tarot cards to a person that has 500 fucking packs, that's fucking religious and doesn't like me because I don't believe in that. They believe in fucking tarot? They don't like me? You're just sitting here attacking me while I'm sitting here. You just chose to pick a fucking fight with me right now.
Will you stop talking?
Oh
Do you not
my
want to give
god.
up?
You see how it is? Triggers. Who the fuck are you talking to?
I'm talking to an immature parent.
Oh.
If you want to keep talking like that.
You want to see this fight go down, guys? Do you want to see this? You want to see the point where I tell her to shut the fuck up and we walk out on her? Because she wants to push some shit on somebody that makes no sense. She just wants to be negative about some shit. I could pull her phone and tell you why she's projecting on me. What this has to do with hating the color purple in my tarot cards. Where the fuck did that come from? A hurt place? And then what'd she say? Hurtful things. Sorry. I'm like, hold on a second. I'm not going to just act like that didn't just fucking come out your mouth. Let me take a minute to breathe that one out. Otherwise, that's going to snowball into some shit. I'll have some shit to say after this. Let's just get that out right away. Alright. The feminine energy in every soul empowers our ability to embrace what is and find compassion. Embrace what is, accept what is, and find compassion. The masculine wants to change shit, bro. The masculine energy in every soul encourages exploration, development, and inquiry, stimulating us to question everything, which can lead to discernment and higher understanding and keep us strong. Now, as I went back to Wolfman, he's all masculine and no heart. He has no feminine energy. He has no feminine energy, so he has no power. Truly? Yeah, he has no connection. He has to do altered substances to connect with his feelings. He's not. He's trying to connect with spirit without going through his feelings. How does that work? I guess, whatever, as you're over there masturbating in a pentagram, you're trying to feel the presence of God. When you're doing this, as Brad Pitt says on the the 7 deadly sins, when you're sitting there masturbating like a psycho, do you ever just look up at the candle and realize I'm a whole psycho, and if somebody saw me doing this, I should probably be locked away for some weird shit like this, trying to have a godly experience? If your girlfriend came in, your fucking mother came in, anybody came in and watched you doing the weird shit that you be doing in the dark spaces, you think people can't see you, but God can, and then he shows me, and that's twice as ugly. I don't want to see what the fuck you're doing in your dark spaces. The whole Holy Spirit sees you, and they're going to tell somebody. They're going to make, as he said at the beginning of this week, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. Anyways, this ensures that negativities are banished from our personal space before they can undermine our personal healing and spiritual progress. Archon Bello helps us to fully experience the masculine and feminine principles as creative, interesting, and powerful methods of expression rather than definitions of who we are. Why do I have to be a prissy little girl to be powerful? And what gives you power with a job? As long as you go to work and make a couple dollars, you're all powerful. You're better than the women that stay at home. What? I could do both. Anything you can do, I can do better. And that's what that is. The value of our body, of gender, and biology, and my daughter shows that all the time. Like I said, she is the most beautiful girl you will ever see. Her dressing up, or her stepping into her masculine does not change her beauty. It does not change her kindness. It does not change her compassion. It changes the way that she approaches things and the way she looks. But it doesn't change who she is. She has to just put on her masculinity to get shit done. And that's where it is. Girls, you know it. When you put on those gray sweatpants and a big oversized t-shirt, you're in that masculine energy now. You're accepting it and you're about to get some shit done. You're not going to put on your, you know what I mean, your bustier to go clean the bathroom. You're going to get in that manly. You're going to put on your scrubs and scrubby dub the tubby tub. And that's what it is she's not any less of a female. You could take away her boobs and she's still going to be a beautiful feminine energy, and it has nothing to do with if she grew out a beard. It's her energy. She's kind. She's loving. She's compassionate. She's a little fiery, obviously, as a Sagittarius, mouthy, but she has a good heart. That's the difference. Men will not allow their heart to beat. When we get in our masculine, we are putting our heart down. We're putting down our feelings and getting to work. So you honoring nothing more than you putting down your feelings and getting to work does not make you powerful. You have to be able to fluctuate this both ways, bro. Your children need you to be loving and kind and innocent and gentle. You can't do that being the man of the house. They want to play dress up. They want to paint your fucking toes. These are experiences. You don't have to be a girl dad. Is that what they call them? A girl dad that plays dress up? I think that's what they call them. I don't know. There's these boy moms or whatever. You can be both, and you should be regularly. When you pull your hair back up in that bun, girls, and you're about to get shit done, you're in your masculine. You're about to get shit done. But when can we get our men to get into their feelings? When can we get you to sit down and tell us what you're thinking and how you're feeling? And it's not about being your mom. It's about us caring about you in ways you don't. And we want to know what's going on inside of you. We know what's going on outside. We're part of your outside. We want to be part of your inside. That's what he said. Come on. That's funny. And that is funny. All right. Moving on. You can retreat to this sacred, pure, untouched place within when you need to replenish your reserve of wisdom and willpower for your life's journey. Connecting with this part of you can remind you that whilst your life journey and your experiences are important and help you to grow, they do not determine who or what you are. You exist in the realm of Archon Barbello, the pure light of divine presence. The spirit is always nestled beneath her radiant wings. Yet, to shine that light in the world where it is most needed requires you to have a soul's journey as a human being. You had to bring the light to humanity, bro. They live in darkness. They're dumb. They're what the Bible said. They're asleep. They don't know a better way of life. You have to bring them joy. You have to show them. How do you know? You find yours and you share it. You share the things that you share your experience with the world. That's why we came here, to share light bearers, light workers, starseeds. Hey, bro, I'm the goddess of the dark, but I'm here to bring you God's light, which is nothing more than his message. This is going to light you up, bro. It's going to change your world. If you can accept the words that are coming out of my mouth and look at the world the way that God wants you to see it, you're going to have a good life. That's all I bring, dude, is his message. That's the light. That's it. I can shine light in a dark place. And my daughter does it for me, dude. I told her how I freaked out about the window. I was like, no, I freaked out. You've seen me freak out. She's like, yeah. She's seen me. When I get to that panic mode, she knows how to calm me down. She has light when I'm in darkness. I'm serious. There's been times where I'm panicked and they're like, it's okay. And usually it's something so stupid like what, Amelia? My keys or my phone. I start to panic if I can't find my keys. Oh my God, where's my keys? She's like, calm down. You'll find them. They're always here. And that's what happens too. When she's panicked, I can calm her down. That's the light. The ability to bring peace to someone when they're in the darkness. Whether it's fear, whether it's anger, whether it's sadness. I can bring you some light if you'll just listen to me. I'm trying to bring the light to, to Lewis. I'm trying to bring the light to everyone. I'm trying to bring you the light is God. Just this conscious way of thinking. If you could see it this way, I promise you'll feel better about life. That's what I bring, the light. I take in all this dark shit and I turn it into light. And I bring it to you. It's like, yeah, I see this, bro. It's terrible. It hurts me too. But let me give you the light behind this dark thing. Let me show you the light down the tunnel. I'm a lighthouse. And a loudmouth. Alright, moving on. Connecting with this part, you exist, yet to shine in the world, blah, blah, blah. If you have any concerns about this or wish to bring healing to those who have such concerns, this oracle brings encouragement. Let me stop. She's in the bathroom now working it out. Where did that come from? She didn't like what I was talking about. You could say it came out of nowhere. It didn't. She had feelings. And she let him out on me, trying to hurt me with some fucking words. Hey, what the fuck are you talking about? Where the fuck did this come from? It came from somewhere. And that's why I said, did it come from your phone? Did you see something, or did I say something? People don't just act out of nowhere. She was triggered. And she made it very clear. I hate the color purple because it's your favorite color. That's a dumb thing. I don't think that's true. It reminds you of me. It makes you mad. You have anger towards me. The color purple. I make you turn purple, huh? And then something about tarot. I'm never going to learn tarot. It's not that hard. Your friends do it. I could have really gone in on her. Yeah, no, my friends are religious. They don't like you because you challenged their God. She was just taking out something on her mom. And I was like, hold on, dude. I didn't do nothing. Get the fuck off me. And that's where it is. I got to show you, like, hey, I got a good family, but we're not perfect. And definitely, they're teenagers. What was that? I don't know. And that's where it is. Do we want to go at this? Do we really want to, fire to fire? You want to fire off at the mouth? Sometimes I won't accept it. I won't fully accept it. And that's where it is. Agree to disagree. I won't let her talk to me like that. I'll stand up for myself, but not to the point where I have to swing on her. Like, don't you fucking ever talk to me like that. Let me beat your ass and shit. I'll beat your ass. No. She's entitled to say whatever hurtful thing comes out of her mouth. And she just has to understand that I don't have to sit here and listen to it. And that's what I've taught her. I was like, you want to see how far this goes and watch me walk out on her face? She gets real mad. She just wants to scream in my face and yell her feelings at me and make me feel bad until she feels good. I don't know how long it'll take until she gets there, because she'll never stop. I end up walking out. You just want to yell at me. You just want to make me feel bad because you don't feel good. I'm getting out of here. It's okay. It's human. It's human, bro. And that's it. I don't know. Something happened. And that's how it can be, dude. You'll be fine. And then you see that text message. Maybe she saw her boyfriend like somebody's page or something. Who knows? You don't know what the trigger is. You could just see it after the fact. And especially a teenager. It's like, oh, God, what's wrong with her? Have you seen Inside Out? When Riley becomes a teenager? Oh, my God. God. We'll die for Riley. Riley's going to kill me. Anyways, ask for help and healing from Divine Spirit, and that all souls find truth in their journey, blessed with mercy, wisdom, grace, and compassion. Healing process. All right, connect consciously to your breath as it flows in and out. Just breathe, bro. You become one with the body by focusing on the breath, right? You're focusing on what the body's doing. You're putting your mind to your body is what this means. Become fully present in the moment. When you are ready, rest your hands in prayer against your heart. Sense your feminine energy in your left hand and your masculine energy in your right hand. Feel them intermingling. They are different from each other, yet equally powerful and important. Marshall, are you left-handed? How many of us are right-handed? How many of you are lefties? Shall we go back here? Sense your feminine energy in your left hand. He channels through his left. He's a left-winger or a right-wing. What are we? That's what that is. He's channeling his emotions. By definition, his strongest hand, his strongest action is his left hand, which is his emotions. If he's going to swing on you, he's going to swing with his left hand, which is using all his feelings. You understand that, right? As a right-hander, that's what he uses. As a left hand, he uses that to drive. He uses that to eat. He uses that to write. That's the hand he uses, which is what? His feminine energy. He looks like a hardcore man, doesn't he, though? Who else is left-handed? That's beautiful. All right. So anyways, with your hands lightly pressed together, expand your awareness to include your heart. Feel the contact of your hands against your chest. The heart is the third awareness, the sense of yourself as a pure, loving, spiritual being. Sacred masculine, sacred feminine, divine spirit. What is that? It's your mind, your body, and your spirit. When it comes to your body, you're in your feminine. The way you look at your body is all feminine. Your mind is all masculine. When men start worrying about their body, they're in their feminine. They have feelings about their bodies. Their bodies feel. The mind is the masculine. The spirit is that of both. And that's your inner child. Your mind's knowing, your body's feeling, and your heart's, will, wanting, I should say. Allow yourself to recognize the sacred triune nature of your soul can bring a healing bliss. When you are ready, relax your hands and say the following invocation out loud. And that went back to my body. My body needed attention. I felt bloated. I felt lazy. I felt like I'd just been wasting away, just sitting here. I needed action. I needed drive. I needed to move my body. That was masculine. That's masculine energy. I had spent so much time in my feelings that I had taken no action in my life. And that's where I needed to feed the masculine. It needed to go and burn some energy. It needed to, do something. And that's where I'd be, wanting to do something. I like, feeding my masculine, which is being part of shit. But it's most important for me to heal the feminine, because then I'm part of shit that makes me happy instead of just doing shit. Like, oh, I don't want to do this. And the mind's like, we've got to keep going. I don't want to. When you want to, then you really get shit done. It's like, all right, my heart's aligned, my body's aligned, my mind's aligned, we're about to kill this. Yep, you want alignment with it. You know what I mean? You don't push yourself when your body can't push. And if you're not doing it from a heart center out of love and, joy, then you're doing it out of fear or regret or wherever you're doing it. You know what I mean? Here we go. I'm going to do prayer for you. I'm going to do it in third party, maybe. I call upon the luminous wisdom, grace, and love for our spiritual mother and spiritual father, united in the light of Archon Barbello. We accept the gift of this body, mind, and soul. For the spiritual benefit of all beings, we ask for healing, protection, and guidance. May all beings recognize their true spiritual nature and find happiness and freedom through their authentic spiritual journey. Give your body some love, a self-hug, rest, ground, hydrate. You've completed your healing process. And that's, going back to feeding yourself good foods. Today's Russ's birthday, and his inner child wants to eat good things. It wants to be spoiled. You know what I mean? So it's up to his masculine to do what makes his heart feel good. And it's up to his heart to nurture him through this and tell him that, celebrate him. It's not up to someone else. He has to feel good within himself, or everything that we do outside of him won't make him feel good. Hey, I really laughed at the fucking Johnny's buns. Johnny's rolls. Oh, God. I laughed at it so hard. I was like, if this is all she can do and it makes you happy, then you eat those motherfuckers every day. I told her, I was like, if this is all you could cook, you might as well just open a bakery and just bake cinnamon rolls and call them Johnny's rolls. And I started laughing. I was like, you know what, Russ? I love you. I don't care about your little pet over there that makes you your emotional support animal. Nothing comes between our connection. And that's really it. She's an emotional support animal. She's here to support him through his through the shit I will not deal with. God made you a little Eve. Isn't that cute? She's just like you. Isn't that cute? I gotta go. You're fine. You've got someone. You're fine. I've gotta go. I love you guys. I'm gonna stop here because it's 1:13:33. Wolfman, quit playing around. I mean, you could keep searching outside until you're ready to accept the God that I'm trying to give you, which is all forms of God. You want to keep going to find little pieces, Reese's pieces of hidden pieces of God. It's inside of you, right inside of your heart. Listen to your heart. This is not really that difficult, guys. What's the hard part? Dealing with your fucking hard feelings and your hard memories? Which makes you what? Cry. And that's why I said, if you can't cry for yourself, then you're not really empowered. You're disempowered by yourself. You're disempowering yourself. If you can't release it through the waters, which are your tears, if you can't really release it, then it's disempowering you. And that's whatever, I don't want to know. I didn't ask, and maybe they don't want to show me because sometimes they just blurt it out. I don't want to know what's wrong with you, Wolfman. All you need to know is how to deal with it. You can tell me if you want, and I can show you how to deal with it, or you can take my teachings and deal with it. But until you open your and start listening to your heart. And that's why you close your eyes and you try to see something, but you can't. It's not in your mind. You have a full understanding of those cards. And that's why I said, actually, I could understand her cards now. There are 4 groups, and I know what they are. If I understand the groups, then I understand the card. It doesn't matter. You can give me any tarot, and I know what a 6 of Cups is. It's going to be the 6 of Cups in every deck. So you have a memory to the tarot, but you're not, that doesn't make you powerful, because you're not using tarot other than stalking ex-lovers for every sign, every week. I'm trying to teach you spiritual power, bro. I'm trying to teach you your own and how to access it, and hopefully use all of your other weird teachings as classes in my, you know what I mean, in my community. Your demographic doesn't care. 90% of them are not there for any erotic. They're there because they're stalking an ex-lover. They're all there for the same reason you are. Who's any new love? That's all you're searching for, is new love, with no intentions to get married. Because you're not any better at loving. You just want someone else to come love on you. That's not how that works. I want someone new to love. Someone that'll actually let me touch them and love them and squeeze them and cuddle them and cry with them. These guys won't let me love them. Why? Because they're scared. I get it. I get it. I wanna... Alright, Akon. A little bit too much. That's what it is, and it was provided by you, Wolfman. Thanks for that. Again, you didn't have to do that. I could have shown you how to do that. We teach you all this all the time. Balance your divine masculine and feminine. Today is that day. I will do another reading later if my kid doesn't freak out. Actually, that's what happened. She had an attitude about me doing this video to begin with. She's like, you could have done it all day. I just got home from school. I don't want to put on my headphones. I don't want to turn down my video. So really, she was already pissed off about me doing the video, and halfway through the video, I started talking shit that she didn't want to hear, and she's like, fuck you, bitch. And I just want to show you, I have to be spiritual in all aspects of my life, and I'd be like, what the fuck did you say to me, motherfucker? There is nothing worse than a mini you trying to push the shit out of you. Bitch, I'll kill you right now. Not really, only in my mind. Like, dude, you call her that? Not to her face. Did you hear her call me a bitch? She said some kind of curse word. I heard it. I can't stand to hear curse words come out of her mouth. It doesn't sound right. I don't like it. Really? Yeah, she should be better. She shouldn't have to say those words. She doesn't need to use those words, but she does. I'd be like, did you just say that? Don't say that. You say it all the time. I know, and I sound like a fucking sailor. How about not say that? And then we're still being a magician. And you can't manifest off your mind alone, bro. You're just chasing desires. A manifestation is a vision given to you, and you use your emotions, your intellect, and your willpower, and the things that you have outside of you to create this. That's all that is. And in order to do that, you have to be pushed with, you have to have a heart. You have to have the vision. You have to have the willpower. You have to have, heart. Your heart has to make you want this. Otherwise, you're just chasing things of the mind. And, as I'm saying this, it's love. Chase the things you love. Why? Because that's a journey worth having. You're just chasing shit that you think you need, or that somebody's told you wanted. You don't even know if you really want it. You think if you have it, it'll make you happy, but then it'll just be another pack of tarot cards. You'll just have another one. You're accumulating tokens of happiness is what you think, but cash them in. How happy are you? Happiness is these pictures, bro. These memories. I have nothing to show but the memories. And if I didn't have any memories, then I have no existence. We have to deal with the bad ones to have some new ones. But in the end, the mind deteriorates. We don't take anything with us but the experience. And those that watched us have it. They will show, it was documented in the time of life. Everybody watched us have the time of our lives. And we'll take that experience, to have another life. Yeah? yeah. You know, you, as far as, Roscoe and Lewis, he'll leave this life, but you don't have to wait till you leave it to connect with him. He'll be with you all the way till the end, and you'll be together again too, when you're with him and his spirit. As long as you're in his spirit, he can be with you. And when you recognize that he wasn't just a dog, you'll recognize his spirit more often. And that's something you guys don't understand about these animals. They're not just animals. They're spirits. We took lots of forms. As me, the shapeshifter, I could be in any animal form. It was just me in a form. You could recognize me in all forms, and that's God. You can recognize God in all forms. He comes in all things. Down to the money you find on the floor, to your favorite song, to, you know what I mean? All those things. He's in all things. Okay? Hey, I love you guys. Laters, haters.